was my lowest. So I would like to share that story so that you get to understand how Woman of God she was born. It was in 2020 when I lost my mother to COVID-19, and I got to experience her passing, as in like I had to watch her die. It was the longest and the shortest 2 hours I've ever had as a person, as a human being. So the experience changed me, it changed my perspective, it changed how I see life as a whole. Because that moment made me realize how human I am. It made me realize that the very thing that I identified most with is not there anymore. In your case, I would think that maybe you identify with your kids, maybe with your job, maybe with your position. But with me, it was my biggest identification, which was my mother. I was my mother's favorite. So she was no more, and I had to watch her passing on. For me, that was also a privilege, because no one told me of her passing. I got to see her pass away, but at the same time, it was a sad moment for me. I was alone for the very first time. I happened not to have a child, so I'm alone. So I felt the aloneness that my sister has a child, my brother has a child, my daddy has other children. I'm not the favorite anymore, so I'm alone now. That's when I had to find the woman within. So this theme today is something that is very close to my heart, because I had to find who is Sisanda without her mother. Who is Sisanda without her biggest identification? So Woman of God was born from that experience. So because of the nature of that time, we couldn't have a proper burial for her. So I had to watch the whole burial ceremony. I was in a car, and then the priest was standing there alone. Because at the time, there were restrictions because of COVID, and that she passed on from COVID. So I didn't have the opportunity to even stand there. No one even came to my house to say, "Hey, Sisanda, we heard about what happened." People were saying we heard about what happened over the phone. So I felt very alone at that time. So Woman of God came from that experience. My mother passed away in July, and then the first event under Woman of God was in November the same year. I had this thing that, okay, Woman of God, I'm doing this event, please pay and come. It was a campaign at the time, because it was my first event. So it was, I'm having this event for women. I will have 2 guest speakers, and one of my guest speakers happens to be here. It's that beautiful lady wearing a green dress. She was also a guest speaker in my first event, my introduction to Women of God. So I had this event. This event was to cry with women. It was for women to voice out their experiences and to encourage the audience. So Umama was also there as a guest speaker. I had not known her before that event. So she came to the event, and the event happened, and the feedback afterwards, people wanted more. And there I was thinking that it's only going to be one event, it's a tribute, and also just one event. But after that, the feedback was like, when is the next event? When are we gathering again? Hey, there was power there. Hey, there was this there. Hey, I got to find this about myself. I got to learn this about myself. I was also very overwhelmed. As I said, when I was introducing myself, I'm also like, wow. Because I also was just trying it out. I was just living out my truth at that time. Because there was a request of a next event. Okay, the first event was successful, the feedback was great, they wanted the next event. Now I started this campaign, this movement for women, and I started having different themes under the same Women of God. So that one was an introduction. It was called Women Though at Loosed, and then the next event was called Women in Business. So I had 5 entrepreneurs that spoke about their businesses and the challenges that they faced building their businesses, what it takes to be a woman in business, that is not as glamorous as it seems and it sounds. There's that part of when you are not known. You get there, but you crawl 10 years until you get there. But, so those women, they came and then they spoke about the challenges that they face as women in business, and that it is worthwhile, but it's not as easy as ABC. So there were many other events that happened, a few under Women Have Got You. Another one was Remember Who You Are, Diamond Sparkle, and Diamond Sparkle, Shine Bright Wherever You Are, Female Excellence, Rise As You Shine. So all these events happened under Women Have Got You. So last year I thought to myself, because this thing is moving, and it's moving not as how I thought it would move, I might as well register it. So I registered Women Have Got You, and Women Have Got You is now a private company.
Wow.
So Women Have Got You is still a toddler. It's my toddler now. I'm not alone, I have a toddler. My toddler is called Women Have Got You, and it's growing. It's not growing because it's generating money, but it's growing because it's touching a lot of lives. The feedback that I always get humbles me, and I get to see that even with loss, there can be positivity. Because it took my loss for Women Have Got You to be born. It took me being alone and saying to my own self, Susanna, you've got yourself. Woman, you've got you. I always explain that it's not women have got you. It's one woman. It's you when you're alone saying to yourself, woman, I've got you. It's you when you are going through things, because you go through things alone. It's you saying, woman, I've got you.